And tonight we're going to be reading in Mark 11. Okay, the triumphal entry. We do 2 in the new and 2 in the old every day. That gets us through the new in a little to less than a year, and then to the old, a little over a year. Now, when they drew near to Jerusalem, to Bethphage and Bethany at the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent 2 of his disciples and said to them, go into the village in front of you, and immediately as you enter it, you will find a coat tied on which no one has ever sat. Untie it and bring it. If anyone asks you, why are you doing this? Say the Lord has need of it, and we'll send it back here immediately. And they went away and found a coat tied at the door outside the street, and they untied it. And some of those standing there said to them, what are you doing, untying the coat? And they told them what Jesus had said, and they let them go. And they brought the coat to Jesus and threw their cloaks on it, and he sat on it, and many spread their cloaks on the road, and others spread leafy branches that they had cut from the fields. And those who went before and those who followed were shouting, Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the coming kingdom of our father David. Hosanna in the highest. Those who follow us recall that just recently we were finishing the Old Testament, and we were reading in Zechariah, I believe it was Malachi, Zechariah, Malachi. I believe it was Zechariah, because he has a whole lot of prophecies. And he prophesies, I believe it's in Zechariah, about he comes riding into Jerusalem on a coat. So that was prophesied, and here it is being fulfilled. And he entered Jerusalem. Anyway, let me read that again. Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the coming kingdom of our father David. Hosanna in the highest. And he entered Jerusalem and went into the temple. And when he had looked around at everything, as it was already late, he went out to Bethany with the 12. On the following day, when they came from Bethany, he was hungry, and seeing in the distance a fig tree and leaf, he went to see if he could find anything to eat on it. And when he came to it, he found nothing but leaves, for it was not the season for figs. And he said to it, may no one ever eat fruit from you again. And his disciples heard it. And they came to Jerusalem, and he entered the temple and began to drive out those who sold and those who bought in the temple. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons. And he would not allow anyone to carry anything through the temple. And he was teaching them and saying to them, is it not written, my house shall be called a house of prayer for all the nations, but you have made it a den of robbers. Okay. And the chief priests and the scribes heard it and were seeking a way to destroy him, for they feared him, because all the crowd was astonished at his teaching. And when evening came, they went out of the city. As they passed by in the morning, they saw the fig tree withered away to its roots. And Peter remembered and said to him, Rabbi, look, the fig tree that you cursed has withered. And Jesus answered them, have faith in God. Truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be taken up and thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. You know, I urge you all to stress your belief and get rid of any unbelief and have faith. Well, really, you have enough faith. It doesn't take much faith. It's your unbelief and the hardening of your heart. Your hearts are hardened, is what Jesus would say, and your unbelief. So really, I really believe if we make, as we all make, the Bible our anchor, and really believe it and read it and understand it, we will all speak with the same voice. And this morning, I noticed that in one of the new publications coming out, they had left out what I call is a foundational piece of the Bible, of the New Testament, and that is Romans 8, verses 1 through 11. I was shocked to find that they wanted to start in verse 14 in that publication. Let me tell you, why is that foundational? Because it tells you how to live as a Christian by setting your mind, it says, not on the flesh. Now, the flesh is obvious. It's not only the things we walk on and things like that, but it's anger, murder, malice, envy, strife, jealousy. All of those things are flesh. But set your mind on the Spirit. Well, what is the Spirit? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness. We're to set our minds on those things. And we're to walk on those things. And we're to live in those ways. It's so foundational. Anyway, I had to get up and give my little speech this morning afterwards. The teacher was nice enough to let me up there and tell you just what I'm telling you. I think it's foundational. I think it ought to be in the primer taught to first graders. Anyway, therefore, Jesus goes ahead and tells them, I'll tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Again, no unbelief. Just believe. And whenever you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father also, who in heaven, may forgive you your trespasses. Forgiveness. That's one of the fruits of the Spirit. Well, that guy really did me bad. Well, I know we've all had that happen to us. And you still forgive them because you want God to forgive you. And it's part of the Spirit. That's living in the Spirit. And they came to Jerusalem. And as he was walking in the temple, the chief priests and the scribes and the elders came to him. And they said to him, by what authority are you doing these things? Or who gave you this authority to do them? Can't you just hear that officious sound? Jesus said to them, I will ask you one question, answer me, and I will tell you by what authority I do these things. Was the baptism of John from heaven or from men? Answer me. And they discussed it with one another, saying, these guys, a bunch of nuts, aren't they? If we say from heaven, he will say, why then did you not believe him? But shall we say from man? They were afraid of the people, for they all held that John really was a prophet. So they answered Jesus, we do not know. And Jesus said to them, neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things. I love it. We have such a wonderful Savior. We have such a wonderful Father. Do you know God doesn't kill you? He wants you well. He wants you alive. He came to give you life and have it more abundantly through Jesus Christ, his Son. And he gave us his Son so that we know what the exact image of our God is. That's Bible. And he's a loving God. He is not a demon God. There is a demonic God out there, and it's of Islam. Well, if they chop heads off little babies, you can count it that it's demonic. And if people chop and kill little babies in the womb or even out of the womb, you can say it's demonic. Get away from them. Don't let people do that. That's evil. It's wrong. You love everybody. Love your enemies. Do good to them that hatefully use you. That's the Christian life. Okay. Now we're going to 1 Corinthians.